سری نگر میں ڈل جھیل کے پاس زبرون پہاڑی کے دامن میں فکی کے اجلاس سے خطاب کرتے ہوئے وزیر اعلیٰ عمر عبداللہ نے کہا جموں کشمیر میں ترقی اور سرمایہ کاری کا نیا دور شروع ہو رہا ہے۔ انہوں نے کہا زراعت، باغبانی اور فوڈ پروسیسنگ جیسے شعبوں میں بہت امکانات ہیں جنہیں نئی ٹیکنالوجی اور بہتر پالیسی سے آگے بڑھایا جا سکتا ہے۔ عمر عبداللہ نے بتایا حکومت IIT جموں کے ساتھ مل کر ایک نیا نظام بنا رہی ہے تاکہ نوجوانوں کو اسٹارٹ اپ کے موقع مل سکے۔ انہوں نے کہا دہلی کٹرا ایکسپریس وے، 4 لیننگ قومی شاہراہ اور جموں بارہمولہ ریلوے لائن جیسے منصوبے ریاست کے رابطے کو مضبوط بنا رہے ہیں۔ وزیر اعلیٰ نے زعفران، کشمیری شال اور پشمینہ جیسی روایتی چیزوں کو عالمی بازار تک پہنچانے کی ضرورت پر زور دیتے ہوئے کہا کشمیر اب ترقی، امید اور اعتماد کی نئی راہ پر گامزن ہے۔
Even autumn hasn't been as promising as we had hoped it would be. We had hoped to see a reasonably strong tourism growth, particularly from the east of India, centered around the Puja holidays, and the fact that we draw a lot of our tourism from West Bengal and large groups from there, which unfortunately this year we didn't see in the numbers that we had hoped to. Now our next hope is for a decent winter season. We are hearing that this winter will be more extreme than past winters and that we can hope for more snow than perhaps in previous ones. If that's the case, then hopefully we will rebuild our tourism on the snow of Jammu and Kashmir. But tourism is not the only part of Jammu and Kashmir's economy. Jammu and Kashmir's economy, in fact, contrary to a lot of popular misbeliefs, the tourism industry is a much smaller part of Jammu and Kashmir's economy than a lot of people understand it to be. In fact, the mainstay of our economy actually revolves around agriculture and horticulture, both in terms of its contribution to our SGDP and contribution to the workforce and employment. More than 60 to 70% of our population is either directly or indirectly related or connected to these two sectors. A large part, 20% plus of our economy draws its income from this area. But it's also an area that is ripe with potential because more often than not, most of our produce from here goes out exactly as it comes from nature. There is very little value addition that is done within Jammu and Kashmir. And this, I believe, opens a lot of opportunities for industry in J&K, both Jammu side and Kashmir side. To give you a small example, dairy, it might surprise you to know that only about 4 to 5% of our dairy production is actually then processed here in Jammu and Kashmir. 95% of our dairy produce just goes into the market unprocessed. Now if you compare that to Gujarat, where almost 85 to 90% of dairy produce is then processed in Gujarat, that will give you an idea of the potential that exists in one small part of the agriculture and allied services economy. Electronics, we had the makings of an electronics industry in Jammu and Kashmir before militancy broke out in the late 90s. You had RPG Goenka Group here, you had Continental Devices, you had Union Carbide. The list goes on and on of industries that were starting to set up in Jammu and Kashmir, but unfortunately, because of circumstances, had to move out. We have a competitive advantage in the cement industry. There is a lot of interest both in terms of establishing new units in the cement area or buying into existing cement industries. The railways was talked about. It is both an opportunity as well as a threat because at the moment that railway seems to be used to bring cement in more than take products out from here. But we do hope that over time the railway will find its own balance where products will come in but products will go out as well.
All of us, it is our responsibility as members of the industry and citizens of India to work together to ensure that the state reaches its level of peace, happiness and economic prosperity. So there are several people sitting in this hall and they represent many, many different industries. So while I know, and I'm part of the tourism industry myself, that tourism is the mainstay for this state, we have to explore other opportunities as well. And there are many people in this hall who would be happy to, of course, associate with that. With that, sir, I once again warmly welcome you. Thank you very much for being with us, and we are looking forward to hearing from you as to how we, all of us, can work alongside with you to help regain and bring economic prosperity to this lovely state of Jammu and Kashmir.
Members of media, a very good morning to all of you. It gives me immense pleasure today to welcome Janab Omar Abdullah to this special session coinciding with FICCI's National Executive Committee meeting. Sir, your presence here today is inspirational and we are deeply honored to have you with us. So at FICCI we were very keen to have a National Executive Committee meeting here in Kashmir, in Srinagar, because we thought it's a good opportunity to bring back the business people over here, to give the momentum of more positiveness, and once again, so that it can go back to normalcy.